Mr. Boo.
Hey everybody, it is I, Mr. Boo, the Entertainment Guru. Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, right here on YouTube. And today, today is the day that everyone gets their hands on Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft. It's right there. That's what it looks like. What can I say? I got it with the early access, and I know there's a lot of early access drama, like especially with like the PS5, like telling people they please start over. There's a game-breaking glitch. And then if you're Ubisoft Plus or whatever it is, Ubisoft whatever, their monthly subscription services, you get the big edition anyway. So if you went and paid like $130, you could have just paid $17 something a month and played it and done away with it till the DLC came out. I, on the other hand, already have Game Pass and Netflix and Hulu and blah, 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 and I have to rotate those around because, you know, money. So I went ahead and saved up and got the Gold Edition so that I could stream it on Twitch. That's right. Link to my Twitch in the description down below, and I also have a Twitch streams playlist here on YouTube if you want to check that out. Please do if you want to. Please don't if you do not want to. But if you do, hey, if you want to support, go ahead and head on over to Twitch. Follow me over there. Tonight we're playing X Defiant. Every Friday night is X Defiant. Saturday night is going to be Star Wars Outlaws from now on. And then we're going to do, like, we do simulation games, which was on Saturday, which will be moved to Sunday till Outlaws is done. It's on my schedule. So go on over to Twitch if you want to follow me over there, support me, everything. If not, then here you go. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's get that out of the way. And let's start talking about my 3-day early access. I streamed it twice. My third day I was actually sick, so I didn't, 9 o'clock rolled around. I'm like, man, I gotta stream, but I just don't feel good. And the thing is, if the game was better, I might have forced myself to feel a little better for you guys. I am gonna continue to play it every Saturday over there on Twitch, and I will upload them here on my Twitch playlist right here on YouTube. But let's get into it. Let's just talk about, the first thing is always talked about nowadays is graphics. Graphics and visuals. I'm playing on performance mode on the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X. And, these are getting confusing now, right? Series X, Series S, Xbox One, Xbox One S. They're getting confusing, people. But I have an Xbox Series S and Series X, and I was playing it on the Series X in performance mode. And the graphics, graphically speaking, I think the game got a lot of bad publicity when it came to graphics. Because graphically speaking, in performance mode, it looks great. There are some texture things in the distance that could be worked out, or when you're riding your speeder, but hey, it's just textures. Especially if you're flying on your speeder, how are you going to count the ripples in that mud puddle in that water when you're flying? But other than that, the worlds look great. The characters look great. And that was another thing, everyone was like, oh, the facial animations. Okay, well, they're not that great, but they're not terrible either. So, graphically speaking, I'm on good terms with this game. Performance mode works great. Quality mode works great. The visuals of the planets, are great. The characters, visually stunning. Just everything about it visually, which is going to segue me into the next portion, which is going to be soundtrack and sound effects. Visually speaking, this is Star Wars, and it looks great, and it performs pretty damn well on my Xbox One X. Series X, god dang it. But I can't really say anything about PS5 or PC or anything like that, but it performs really well in performance mode. I have to say that it definitely gets a 9 out of 10 there. So, visuals and graphics, 9 out of 10. I'm taking away 1 star for those weird facial animations that still exist for some reason. But I'm going to segue from visuals and presentation and graphics to sound quality and soundtrack. And I just got to say right now, bam, sound quality, soundtrack, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So, boom. It's Star Wars. It has its own original soundtrack for the game, built for the game, but it still sounds like it's from Star Wars. Like, it fits in with like the entire saga of Star Wars. There's nothing not Star Wars about this soundtrack, and there's nothing not Star Wars about these sound effects. There's nothing not Star Wars about this entire game. Going back to the visuals, the planets are stunning. The visuals are stunning. They're breathtaking. So if visuals and graphics get a 9 out of 10 and sound performance and soundtrack get a 10 out of 10, why am I not happy about this game? Because the next thing that it goes to is another thing that's great, and I think that is story. And within story, you got the voice acting, which is tremendously great. I really love the story and the characters. I'm going to wrap the characters, the voice acting, and story all in one here. Anything to do with story, which is character development, voice acting of the characters, and the story itself, which the story itself is really great. It's really interesting. Being an outlaw and working for the syndicates and trying to work your way up and do these heists and get what you need to survive in the underworld of Star Wars is wonderful. They did a wonderful job. It feels gritty. It feels grimy. It feels like the underworld ran by the syndicate in Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away. The voice acting is flippin' wonderful. I love all the characters I've met so far, and I actually really like Kay Vess, but what makes Kay even better is her companion Nix. Nix is amazing, and like the way that he works in the story and the way that he's like basically her only friend, her only true friend besides this bartender, and they're all voiced really well. They're all intricately put into the story and everything like that, which Nix is part of the gameplay. So let's go to gameplay. While I say that the story and the characters and voice acting, anything story based, that gets a 9 out of 10 too. So yeah, gameplay mechanics. Let's keep going here. Gameplay mechanics. There's several different things. There's the stealth. I'll get to that. The gunplay. You know. And then how you level up your abilities and side missions and whatnot, everything like that. How all that plays, and of course the platforming, because this game is not just an FPS, it is not just an open world, it is not just an RPG type-esque game, but it's also a flipping platformer. So with that said, what I mean by platformer, if you do not know what a platformer is, I'm talking like Sonic, Mario, Uncharted, things where you gotta jump, climb, run, skip, hop, and everything in between. That's actually good. This game actually is good. It's nowhere near like an Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. Like, you can run and slide and you can climb, but the climbing is more based on like, it's almost like they played the Uncharted series over on PlayStation and were like, hey, we like the way this works. Bingo, which is a good thing. It's not bad to take inspiration, especially from a game franchise like Uncharted. Like, come on, Uncharted is the best. And the platforming in this game works. And it works well. The only thing I don't like about it is if you watch my second stream or my second video of Star Wars playthrough here on my Twitch streams playlist, you will know I was getting frustrated with the platforming. Sometimes there's like a wall that'll push out or like a fan that'll turn on. There is no timing and little warning, and sometimes you can not see the wall come. It's blended in. You don't know it's a trap. It's a trap, but you don't know it. But the platforming, in my opinion, is great. The first-person shooter part of it, the laser or blaster play, since it is Star Wars, the FPS it's a lot like The Division because Massive Games helped develop this, along with Ubisoft. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's like a 5 out of 10. It's mediocre. It doesn't feel like it's there all the time, but it doesn't feel like it's not there all the time. It's just, it's not on point, if that makes any sense. I feel like it could be a lot better, especially knowing that they've done Far Cry games. Like, who with the platforming, which could be a lot more like Assassin's Creed, and the gunplay or blaster play, was like, oh, hey, let me give you some pointers, because I've done Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, and they just kind of let Massive run with it. And hey, the platforming, I'm not dissing it, but I'm not excited about it. It's where it should be. The blaster play, I guess is where it should be. The puzzles, the puzzles are annoying. The puzzle play, but one thing I can say for sure that I love is you can turn them off. Lock picking is like a Guitar Hero sound kind of thing, like a rhythm game. And then I didn't even do the data one. I turned them both off. I watched people do the data one, and it's like a puzzle, and I'm sick of puzzles in every single game there is. Now, the stealth. Okay, the stealth is where it takes its first real negative. And I gotta say again, Ubisoft, you made Assassin's Creed with other companies, right? Where's the sneaking? Where's the... Like, it's fun. It is really fun to be like, okay, I don't have the Force. I don't have the Force. I don't have the Force! Or a lightsaber, or anything that could give me a one-up in this. This is not your typical Star Wars game. So what did they do? They were like, oh, sneak around, use Nyx, and Nyx is a great part of that stealth. Nyx can distract, Nyx can attack, Nyx can drop things on people. Nyx can lure people out, which is what I had to do to go into an Imperial base, because once again, the stealth is so bad, I had to lure them out and around the corner and boom, sneak attack them, because part of the stealth is the platforming, and platforming is part of the stealth, and I wasn't able to visibly actually see that I could climb up and get into a vent and go in, and Kay Vest never said anything about it. The main character didn't say anything until on my way out, and then she's like, whoa, you could just climb up these rocks, and it's like, why couldn't you say that outside? Before I died 3 times and got mad on stream and everyone saw my gamer rage. So then I had to take Nyx and be like, hey, play dead, and lure them out one at a time, and it took forever. The gameplay aspects, I have to say, they're subpar. Because as much as I like the platforming, it could be better. As much as I like the blaster play, it could be better. As much as I love the stealth with Nyx and everything, it could be better. And the AI in combat, which is part of gameplay, is very... 1 minute it's literally like they're, honor students, top of their class, graduated from Harvard or Duke, and the other times it's like it dropped out in the 2nd grade and lived on the street and wasn't even homeschooled. Sometimes the stormtroopers act like stormtroopers, and sometimes they have deadly aim. I don't understand. I mean, sometimes, even with the stealth, I could be in front of somebody being like, you can't see me, and they can't see me, and then I just... And other times I could be 3 miles down, 2 blocks over, to the right of a big boulder, and behind a house, and there she is! Inconsistency in the gameplay. So the gameplay really brings it down, and I just think that the gameplay, honestly, I mean, in all of that, the best part about it is the platforming. I'm going to give that like a 3 out of 5. Like, it's just... The gameplay could be better in so many aspects. I think they're all into something, and if they do a sequel, or they update it as they go, and they get the DLC going, maybe that's things they could work on. So, gameplay, in a nutshell, 3 out of 5. It's bad. It's bad. But it's not good. But it's not great. But it's not terrible. 3 out of 5. Almost average. Almost. You almost made it. But I think the other part that I need to talk about is the gameplay that's not gameplay. It's more the leveling up system. And I know I was going to roll that in there, but then I got to thinking, it's its own unique thing. Because usually RPGs, open world games, you get skill points, you get experience points. That's not how this works. This works based on side quests. So you get to meet these people, and I know this is wrong. They're not called legends. Comment down below if you remember what they're called, or look it up or whatever. But basically, like, Lando Calrissian's one of them. Your bartender in the beginning is one of them. You meet one that can fix your speeder and upgrade it, and so forth and so on. One that teaches you how to hack and can fix your hacking abilities. They send you on quests for items and specific challenges, and that's how you get the abilities. Now, that's a cool thing, and the fact that we're kind of probably tired of skill trees and skill sets and just grinding away at side quests and main quests and trying to figure out what path to take. that's cool. It's different, but I don't know if it's different enough. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is a 3 out of 5 too. I gotta say that I like it, but I don't, because I'm finding it in an open world. Even as cool as this Star Wars universe is, I'm not really finding myself going off and doing side quests. I'm not finding myself remembering to go in and be like, what do I need for this ability? What's this person want me to do? I'm not really, I'm not cruising along on my speeder or walking along with Nyx and looking over and seeing, a cat in a dark, shadowy forest with a glow to it that looks mystical and fantasy-like and could offer up a good quest for some experience. If I saw that, I'd keep going. There's not a lot of incentive to me because, the abilities can help, but you can really do it without a lot of them. I've heard a lot of people that got even earlier access say that you don't really need these, but these are really cool. If you want to go for them, go for them. But in a normal RPG open world game, you go for every experience. It doesn't matter if there's a deer and you're like, I can hunt that for 10 XP. You're going to shoot it and get 10 XP and whatever craftable items or sellable items come from that. Now, in that aspect, you do get to loot. You loot a lot. You find a lot of stuff. That's cool. But again, I got to give this a 4 out of 5 too, because it's a great new concept, a great new way to look at an open world game, but I don't think, at least to me, comment down below if you've played Star Wars Outlaws and you like the system, if you're remembering to look at what you need and go and pick your abilities and stuff. To me, I'm just not remembering it, because to me, in my head, I'm always like, ooh, side quest, experience. I'm not thinking, ooh, let me go see what I could get for this person, or what I could do for this person to get this set ability. I'm not looking at it like that. I think I'm too old school, and I'm looking at it like I'm passing up all these opportunities, because to me, there's not a lot of opportunity. It's like, ooh, loot and an upgrade, but where's my experience? Where's my awesome ability upgrades? Comment down below what you think on that, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It's there, but it's slightly just, I don't think it was executed well enough to keep my attention. Let me know about yours. And with that said, I went over the graphics and performance quality. I went over the sounds and soundtrack, the gameplay mechanics of the stealth and the combat system. And then I went over the ability system, which is, like I said, it's really unique. It's really cool. I'm going to look more into it. I got all the time in the world. I'm going to play every week till we beat the game, so why not, right? Let's stream. Let's you and me check these abilities out over on Twitch. Link in the description down below. Again, comment down below on what you think about Star Wars Outlaws. I think it got a lot of bad rep. I think it got a lot of bad credit. And I know a lot of the companies are giving it a 7, 8, a 6, 7, or 8. I'm not even going to add up what my scores are, because I'm going to say it's average. It's anywhere between a 5 and a 7. So I'm going to go with 6. It's a little above average because it is fun. It is fun. Good story, good voice acting, good graphics, great sound effects, great soundtrack. And if you're a Star Wars fan, this is Star Wars, and this is the seedy underbelly of Star Wars. This is amazingly put between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. This is awesome. This is awesome. So I'm gonna give it that. I'm gonna give it a solid 6, and maybe I'm gonna give it a 5. It is average. It is not above average. It needs work. It needs a lot of work. And the whole 3-day access people going hours into this game and then having to restart, that was bullcrap. So I'm gonna give it a 5. This game is average, and if you're gonna play it, I would do Ubisoft Plus, so you're not paying, $70, $110, $130 for cosmetics. You're going to get it all in Ubisoft Plus and the DLC. You get the Ultimate Edition if you subscribe. Myself, I'm not subscribed. Love Ubisoft, but I don't have the money to keep subscribing. I want to own my games, Ubisoft. I want to own my games. Comment down below if you really think what they said about owning games made any sense to you at all. Let me know. Comment down below. Link to my Twitch down below. I also have a playlist for my Twitch streams here on YouTube if you want to check it out. And again, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Do what you will with that information. And my take on Star Wars Outlaws is that it's average. It's right. It's a 5 out of 10. And if you want to watch it, go ahead. My playthroughs are up on Twitch till they're not, and then they're up on here on YouTube on my playlist, my Twitch playlist, and I will be live again every Saturday with Star Wars Outlaws every night for 2 hours or more. If you want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the story, maybe take a peek at what I'm talking about, ask some questions, whatnot, hey, come on over, support me, and I will give you whatever it is you need. Whatever info you need, I'll have it for you. Star Wars Outlaws in my book, 5 out of 10. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Is it better than 5 out of 10? Is it worse than 5 out of 10? Let's get this interactive. Let's comment. All right. I gotta head back into work now because lunch is over, but I just had to sit down and share my thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws being average as hell, but still being a good enough Star Wars entry that I'm gonna play it for the story, the sound, the characters, all of that stuff, and gameplay be damned. You know, hopefully they'll fix things down the road, and hopefully the DLC will be just as good of a Star Wars tale. I'm Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru. This has been a mediocre review of Star Wars Outlaws. 5 out of 10. I'm going back to work now, y'all. I will see you in the next one.